ho ho ho. Oh, it feels good. It feels good to be back. Hello, travelers of the internet. Welcome back to Guardian Studios. Or if you are new to the channel, hey there, and welcome to you. My name is JGardo1, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I am very pleased to be able to welcome you all back to the channel, or in the case of the newcomers, welcome you fresh to a Guardian Studios experience here on the YouTube channel. We are diving back into the world of Galabor, my friends, where we have a lot to do. And we gotta get some stuff done as soon as possible. Hey, what do you guys think of our, what do you guys think of the new subscriber counter banner system? Of course, we're gonna have to make some more duplicates of all the banners, but it's a good start. And as I've said before, we are eventually going to fill this room up with lecterns with a bunch of the names of our subscribers for the channel, because I'd like to be able to commemorate all you guys and the support you've shown the channel at some point. I really want to be able to do that. So, what is the focus for today's session, some of you may be asking? Well, the main goal for today is actually going to be to add some function and furniture to some of the rooms that we've already built. And if we have the opportunity, the resources, and time, we'll also work on adding in some more space to then fill up with even more functionality and furniture. One of the things I want to do is actually move these furnaces. Let's see. Yep, this room is perfect for this purpose. Actually, if I adjust this a little bit, I can make something really good here. What I'm thinking is I want to make a mechanism back here that will move, that we can use to pump all the stuff that these furnaces process out of them. Actually, I'm thinking of something else. I'm thinking we're going to do something else with that. You know, thinking on it, we should probably go get ourselves some emeralds, get some lanterns, in order to make sure that this will all work the way I want it to. Because I am very much wanting to add some more stuff to the chambers of this place. I need more functionality. I need usable space. I can't stand that we have so much space in here, but so little of it is actually getting used. I need to fix that. So let me think here. What would be an easy way to get some emeralds? Well, one option that pops to mind almost immediately: books. Which we've already got a bunch of those, so we'll grab some more of those. Grab a bunch of books. Take them with us over to the village to trade for some more emeralds. Which clearly we've got some of those here. We'll grab a couple of stacks of logs on our way out. We can sell them to the guys at the village for a bit of profit. don't have any farmers over there. Otherwise, I would say let's take some carrots and stuff. Kind of an oversight on my part. I should make it so that those guys have a farmer with them. And eventually, we may want to also add in a, what are they called again? I actually can't remember what those guys are called. Oh, shepherd. That's it. We may at some point want to add in a shepherd. These are all things I really ought to be thinking about. I also ought to think about stopping in at the iron farm again at some point and stocking up on some iron to take to the village for trading. Alright, take 2 stacks of the easiest wood to get a lot of, and the one we've got the most of. Definitely gonna have to do some farming of the old oak trees at some point soon. I could probably also set up a few other guys to be able to work in the village. Get us even more ways to sell our wares and get emeralds out of it. Like a leather worker and a cleric. A cleric in particular would probably be a good idea. We'll take a couple of things with us to see if we can get a couple more dudes over there. I'm not going to rely on them for food, but I am going to rely on them for emeralds for everything else. Eventually, we're going to need to get some kind of a backup armor set from the villagers that we can disenchant and re-enchant with the good stuff. And at some point, I've got to figure out what I'm going to do about my trading hall plans. I'm kind of thinking that I want to take a village and turn it into like a villager hotel almost. It's a simple idea. It's kind of a silly idea, but it would do us some good to have an actual trading hall. And if that's the design that comes to mind, that's probably the design we're going to end up going with. Oh, I do have a farmer. And I've traded with him before, because I want... Oh, that's right! I let this guy be a thing because I wanted to be able to trade carrots. That's right. Okay. So we don't need to set up a farmer for them. They already have a farming guy. Hey, thanks for the lead, doofus. You got anything for sale that's worth a darn? I would have said the pale oak saplings, but they're expensive. When I want coral, I'll go get my own coral. Thank you very much. Okay, but they do have another guy who doesn't have a job, so... if we bring him in here as a cleric... I'm skeptical if it's actually going to be this guy that takes up the job, but if he does... hey, that's bonus to me. Eventually, we gotta find a way to get rid of the local nitwit. There. So now, I can go to the mob grinder, take out all the rotten flesh I can, and bring it over here to trade for some emeralds. Sweet. Alright, Mr. Librarian Man. Wow, you upped your price. That's harsh, dude. That's very harsh. I do not appreciate that. Alright, that's right. He takes 12 trades of lanterns before he has to cool down on that. Fletchers? You burn through wood fast doing this, but the upside is you get a bunch of emeralds out of it. And these guys get some XP. Get leveled up towards being able to be really powerful tradesmen. Wow, that guy's bow trade is garbage. What about this guy? His enchanted bow trade is good, but it's expensive. Looks like this guy lost his other llama. Dimwit. I could find out... there's the lead. I was about to say, if I could find out where the lead is, I could take it. Yeah, I'll take a mending book. Might as well. I'm gonna need mending for a lot of stuff still. I still need to get it on my leggings, but I've been holding off. Need to be able to get unbreaking leggings to combine with my current leggings. That way they'll be fully powered up. Or at least as fully powered up can be when you don't have Swift Sneak. I don't think I'm going to trade for boots. I think I'll mine for the diamonds for boots. Part of me wants to go ahead and buy another axe to disenchant and re-enchant, but the other part of me says don't do it. Want to wait around for the librarian to be able to trade for lanterns again. Except that's not getting anything done. If I could get away with it, I would go ahead and take that nitwit down. I'd just eliminate him myself. Problem is, the Iron Golem would be all over me. Iron Golem is going to be all over me. Well, might as well go ahead and do it now. Hey there, Cassie. Good to see you. Glad you can make it to the stream. How you doing? Doing all right? I hope so. There we go. Nitwit eliminated. Unfortunately, I did hit him with my shovel, so the Iron Golem might not have a nice thing to say about me. He might be quite mad. No? Sweet! They don't care about the nitwit. That's actually really good for me. That means that we've opened up room for another villager to spawn in here. That's good. That's good. And yeah, I am thinking I might make a villager hotel kind of build somewhere not too far away from... Wow. He couldn't even... What a pain. Endermen are cheapskates. Oh well. No big deal. I've got a few pearls back at the house for when we do eventually need them. To get to the end. But I'm not looking to do that just yet. I don't want to do that until I feel satisfied with the Hobbit Hole. Which isn't going to happen until we get it properly furnished. Among other things. Hello, Blue. Hello, Blue. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hope you are doing well today. Hope you're having a good day. Or if not, then hey, hope the stream makes your day a little bit better. I, of course, am JGarter1, the host of Guardian Studios, and I welcome you to the channel most heartily. Huh. Interesting, interesting. That's curious. Got my little LA buddy just trying to keep up with me. He's a good little guy. He's a good little friend. He's trying his best to keep up. Actually, I should put the emeralds and stuff we've still got in this chest. Boop, boop. And a boop. And I've got lanterns that I can put where I need to put them. Boop. And I didn't end up needing to put that anywhere. That I crafted. At some point, we are definitely going to need to set up a dripstone farm. It's got to be somewhere close to the house, though. If not, as part of the house. We will figure this out. go. Nice little bit of lighting in there. I think for the wall, I may want to get a glowstone center with a stone brick frame. That should still be bright enough to keep everything safe down here. And if at some point we end up finding out that it's not, well, we'll do something about it. Let's go back here, and yep, my bedroom needs lanterns. Alright, so for this room, I'm thinking we're gonna set up a kind of a workspace. Over here, I want to do a set of blast furnaces, while over here, I want to do a bunch of regular furnaces. Regular furnaces are going to be for processing stuff like sand into glass and clay into bricks, or things like that. The blast furnaces will be for ore. Technically, I've already had a setup prepped out here, but never ended up using it. Got a stack of iron prepped out of it already. Huh. That's awesome. So, what do I need? Chests, first and foremost. I also need to make sure I've got all my bundles together that I need to have together. Probably get into processing this iron in the blast furnaces once I've got them working. Chests or barrels. I say let's go get a couple of barrels out of storage and use those to make the to make part of the collection system for our little setup here. Got some chests. Where can I find the barrels? Oh. At some point, I have got to go through all of the chests around here and gather up all the wool. There's just no way around it. We're gonna have to do that at some point. Aha. There's the barrels. And here's some some birch planks that we can use. Also, some raw beef. That needs to get put away. Barrels. There we go. And those other sets of planks, I'll just make sticks. Could I probably use those later? Sure. Do I care right now? Nope. The awesome thing about Minecraft is that it's easy to get more of the most basic resources. And once you've got the right farms, even the more complicated resources become easy to get more of. Get out the blast furnaces. And now this is becoming a processing room. Find some jungle wood. I want to make it so that there's like a workbench in there. Wow. Finding a lot of raw stuff all over the place. After a while, I'll end up figuring out a way to make an automatic super smelting system. And I'll put it somewhere nearby. Heck, I might make it take up the space along this wall. Yeah. I could punch a couple of holes in this wall and make that be where we have the super smelter room. And then this one's just for, like, minor jobs of processing some of our materials. That would work out for me. Need something that I can use here. Andesite. Yeah, no thank you. What about... Aha. Can I stone cut these and make some stairs out of a few of them? Yeah. Let's do that. Not gonna use them all, though. Waste not, you know? Hey, Ryan! Thank you for showing up, my man, and thank you for providing the rules, my dude. Appreciate it. Yeah, this looks like a good material for a nice, sturdy working space. And I can integrate a couple of different workstations into this space to make it really work. Really work. That's silly. I'm doing pretty good, Ryan. I'm doing pretty good. So far, anyway. I'd like to make it so that we had a workable mechanism in here for cooking up meat. I'd like for this to have ready-made food just any time as well. Might be about time to invest in some chickens. But if I do, I'm gonna do it my way. A special way. Hey, nice, Ryan! Good for you, my dude! That is awesome, man! Hey, congratulations! That is incredible! Well done, man. Well done. Sounds like the monsters are on the loose up top side. Whoops. Oh wow. We may have to overflow into this barrel now. And hey, no worries about the caps, man. Celebrating something like that, that deserves caps. That deserves an all caps moment. Ah. Alright, so we got a room that we can set up with processing for sand and things like that, and ore. And later we'll replace it with the room across here. And then this room will be a general working room. Set it up with stuff to make it look like it's kind of like a craftsman's room. Ow. What I'm doing today, Ryan, is trying to make the space, some of the spaces in my house, feel lived in and feel like they've actually got a purpose to serve. And one of the ways I think I'm gonna do that well, I mean, eventually we may have to try to design one. Logically, you can't have a place where people live without having one of those. Make a bookshelf over here. Make a taller one back here. Add one more there. That's a start. Give me these bits. Make a couple of signs. This is a classic trick to make it so that you've got a got something that looks akin to a an armchair. Actually looks like something cool. But that looks like it would fit more in the library. Go ahead and add one in right here. And this can be like a sitting spot where we would sit and gaze out the window while reading a good book. I need to temporarily move this chest. A seaside city? I actually plan on doing something like that one day. I tried to do it once before, but I wasn't quite satisfied with what I made. And then something happened that drew me away from working on that world. I'm not sure what it was, but I ended up not finishing that world. I would have loved to have finished it. Kind of a seating space. I actually think these are a little too far away now. I think I'll make them face each other. With, what now? Lindus? Lindus. Was that the world where I had the big wall that I was working on? The world where I built where I was working on doing a seaside town was actually one of my earlier ones, Port Regal. It was one of my longest standing series. I want to say Lindus came after that. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed working on Lindus, but it never felt quite as fulfilling in a way, I guess, as my attempt at Port Regal. Of course, nothing nothing ever hit quite as strong with me as Gardrania, one of my first worlds. Gardrania, now that was a fun world to work on. I mean, all the worlds that I've worked on were fun, but that one in particular was very enjoyable. Maybe these don't quite work for armchairs so much, if I'm putting that in the middle of them. But I can't have this just be free floating here. That doesn't quite work, does it? Yeah, Port Regal was a long time ago. And Gardrania was, I want to say, the first world that I ever did. I want to say that one I actually did on my Twitch channel first, and might have done a couple of times where I showed it on YouTube, but I can't be sure. I'm pretty sure I've still got that world saved somewhere, but at this point I'd have to double check my computer as well as the PlayStation to see where it was. Because I know that I was able to make copies of a couple of worlds onto Bedrock Edition on my computer, but I don't know which ones I copied over. Oh yeah, these were going to be storage rooms. I think I actually intended one of these to be where I would put my super smelter, since I was going to be bringing ores up from underground right there. But yeah, my hope is to eventually rebuild all the ideas that I've had on this world, somewhere nearby. Oh yeah, Gardrania was fun. Gardrania was an interesting world. That was one where I actually was trying to do a story. Which, for the record, I plan on trying to do a story for different builds in this world once we get the Hobbit Hole finished, but once the Hobbit Hole gets finished, that's when we're going to go to the end. We're going to get Elytra, we're going to get shulker boxes, and then we're going to get really serious about planning and building all kinds of stuff. We're going to recreate what I had going on Gardrania. We are going to build what I tried to do on the world of Tyrm, which was the subscriber invitation, my first subscriber invitation world on Twitch, where Twitch subscribers could join me. And we're going to try to recreate Port Regal as it was intended to become. And probably end up rebuilding both of the town ideas that I'd had. Because I've thought long and hard about it. I can probably get away with doing a couple of different things like that. But I would love to be able to bring some of those ideas and designs and things back. Well, I don't know if it makes any difference for you or not, Ryan, but there is the option over on the Twitch channel. You can use an Amazon Prime subscription to get a free subscription to any one Twitch channel that you choose. So if you happen to have Prime for any reason, just throwing the little nugget of information out there. I don't think enough people really know about that, because it is a thing. So I figure you might want to know about it. And there's always the option of collaboration. We could always make it a series together. There's always the potential for collaboration between content creators. So, who knows? Maybe we'll do some kind of collaborative world on there at some point. We shall see. We shall see. Alright, I do like this living room so far. I'm not entirely thrilled with the coffee table that I made, but I like the furniture so far. Mostly. I mean, I'm not entirely thrilled with these armchairs. I wish that Minecraft would have actual furniture. I wish Mojang would let us have actual, legitimate furniture. I've been very tempted on occasion to bring in an add-on that I've got. It's a free add-on, though. But it's supposed to add some kind of furniture here and there. And I'm curious to see if it's gotten any better than it was before. Oh, somebody mentioned that you were live, Ryan. When I was doing my stream earlier and you were also streaming, somebody came into the stream. I want to say it was... the guy whose name sounds like Waffle. All of a sudden I can't remember his username, but I want to say it was him that came in, mentioned that you were streaming too, but then he had only 2% left on his device, so he had to leave anyway. Also, yes, I've put my shield away for now, for anybody noticing. I know. Well, wonders never cease. He never puts away his shield. Well, I'm doing it for now because I was getting tired of having it up in my view while I was trying to see what I was what I'd built. And yet, this already makes this room feel so much better. It feels lived in now. I like that. Got an idea. I think we put some candles here once we can get some honeycomb. Or if we already have some candles somewhere and I just don't know about it. Which I doubt is the case. But I think we put a potted flower and a couple of candles over here. Spread out the bookshelves a bit. Thinking a painting right here. How do you make a painting? That's wool and sticks, right? Let's go grab one. Let's go grab some wool and we'll try it. String as well? Let's see. Well, it's not showing me the oh wait, there it is. Painting! Let's see if we can get a good painting. Is it placing it there? No, that's not right. Ah. Okay, so that... Whoa! Okay, that's too much. What? No. I do not want that. I don't want it to take up the whole space. Hang on. Oh, good grief. It's going to... Oh, wait a minute. Well, that doesn't look too bad. That's kind of interesting. I'm not sure that's what I want. What happens if we just put it up here? Oh, that's classic. That is classic. Yeah, let's just do that one. That one looks good. That one does. That one looks good. But I did like that other one over here, so I think we're gonna go make another one. I liked that one that looked like it was kind of like islands floating in the sky. Or on a dark background. I liked that. Let's bring out some more wool and we'll make some more paintings. Because that'll also help break up the monotony of some of these walls. Yeah, I like that one. That one's pretty good. I would like to see what can go on a wall like this, though. Good. There is no way that that is not meant to be... Oh my gosh, that is so totally meant to be Donkey Kong. You can't tell... Whoa, what? When did they add one for that size? Oh my gosh, that's actually kind of cool. What in the world was that supposed to be? Oh, that's kind of cool. Potted plant. Can't tell what the rest of that is, though. Alright, hang on. The skeleton hanging out. Do 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 do. There is no way that that is not meant to be DK. You can't tell me that that's not Donkey Kong. That is totally supposed to be a classic, original Donkey Kong scene with a weird background at the bottom. Oh, it went up topside, didn't it? They went up to the top. They went up out of the room. Out of the Hobbit Hole, didn't they? Where are they? Where in the world are they? I didn't get the paintings back, so what in the world? Ah. Somehow they got stuck in the edge. Okay. Huh. Yeah, some of these paintings are kind of weird, but kind of cool. Of course, you can't beat having the creeper up there. I almost feel like that could pass for, like, some kind of big screen TV or something. That is silly. But that's the kind of things that go through my mind sometimes. Eventually, I've got to learn how to control what size paintings we get. But now I can't find that painting that I just used up. Yeah, that is a little disorienting that the paintings can just disappear like that. I may have to have a little guy in here able to collect them for me when they do that kind of crud, when they disappear like that. Oh, this time it actually did go all the way up to the surface. Inconsistencies like that drive me a little crazy sometimes. Alright, so we got the start of a workroom. We have plans for a super smelter chamber over there, along this wall. That'll be a good idea. The living room now has some furniture. I mean, it could use some improvement, but hey, this is better than nothing. At some point, I may have to look up and see if there is a technique in building that can give us a checkerboard or chessboard somewhere in the room. That would be nice. It'd be nice to have something like that. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'm also going to make some tripwire hooks to make faucets for in there. And hooks for the workroom for tools. Ooh. Well, that's not a good sign. Something else I want to add up here. A clock. Go get some gold, a piece of redstone. I'm gonna make a clock. I've got one in one of my bundles, but I don't want to give that one up. I want to make a clock to put over the mantle. Hey, welcome back, Ryan. When you've got a fireplace, like I've got, it makes sense to have a clock over the mantle. At least in my humble opinion. Either over the mantle or by the fireplace. That's actually kind of cool. And I still say that could almost pass for like a flat screen, a big flat screen TV. One day we may have to employ item frames and maps to add some stuff to the area. Like, I may have to find a location that I can dedicate to making map art. Some small, simple map arts. And then do that. Do the map art. The Elizabeth Tower? Is that like Big Ben? Is that the one that's got the clock we call Big Ben? I can't remember for sure if that's that particular tower. It is that one. Okay. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I could. I mean, if we're talking in creative mode, possibly. If we're talking survival, maybe. Very slim maybe. I would have to know what I'm doing, and I'm not sure I'm necessarily acquainted enough with it to do it justice, you know? But who knows? Maybe. Maybe one day. I do seriously wish that Minecraft, by default, had some kind of furniture. Even if it was something that you could toggle in an option to be able to have furniture in the thing. Because having just beds for furniture does not make sense to me. Having that be the only kind of furniture that's in the game has never made sense to me. Well, we'll see. Maybe one day, Ryan. Maybe I'll try my hand at it one day. What is in these? Okay, this has got some random materials I've been working with. Alright, so living room is furnished. I want to make this kitchen have a functional food setup. I want to be able to get food in here. Part of me wants to make it so that food is automatically brought up here to these dispensers from a hidden, like, cooking machine. Another part of me wants to make it so that we've got some way to put food in here to get cooked, and it comes up over here or something. Actually, I had thought, put a barrel here, another barrel here. One uses hoppers to send it down to a super cooker. Basically a super smelter, but with smokers. So a super smoker. And then this one over here is where the output would get shuttled up to it when there was actually items in the system being sent up. If I go to build a clock tower, I would absolutely love to have your help, Ryan. I would. I would love to have help with such a project. Get some help from a master. I'll be honest, I've been wondering if I couldn't take this seed into a modded world and recreate all this with the addition of modded stuff, like modded furniture, the create mod for certain things, add in a whole bunch of extra stuff. Actually, I'm very tempted to go ahead and do that. Yeah, might be a nice fun side project to try to recreate all this with that kind of setup. Get the right stuff together and I could really make an awesome kitchen living room, and everything. I do know at some point I actually kind of want to build a little fishing dock somewhere around here. Because I actually kind of like the fishing mechanic in this game. It's not as engaging as I would like, but who knows? Exactly, Ryan. Exactly. You know how to build a clock tower. That's why I was saying you were an expert. You've got experience doing it. You are an expert on it compared to me. Alright, so yeah, I'm kind of running on fumes on knowing what to do next. So I'm getting some ideas of what we need to do for next session. I know that at some point I want to set up a super cooker under this that will feed into it. Possibly also make an automatic chicken cooker to feed it. That would probably be a good idea. I don't know about that, Ryan, but thank you. And then I know what's going to take up some room in this hallway. It's going to be doorways, or not doorways, but archways into a super smelter hall where we will have blast furnaces going crazy. Possibly also regular furnaces going crazy, cooking up everything that we could need cooked or smelted, whether it be ores, glass from sand, or clay or terracotta or what have you. We'll make use of that to get that kind of stuff going. And somewhere along the way, I've got to set up some kind of a kelp thing. I'd also, thinking on it, I'd also like to set up some kind of an indoor artificial cove for some sea turtles, so I can put some turtle eggs in there, hatch them, and know that the sea turtles that hatch are going to be safe. And that the turtle eggs are going to be safe, because we actually have some sea turtle eggs over there that I haven't been able to move yet because... Ooh, actually, hang on. I've got Silk Touch on this axe. Can I move them now? Let's go find out. Let's go over there right now and find out. If we can move whatever turtle eggs are over here, because I know there's at least one. If we can move it with the axe, then we know we can get turtle eggs now. Oh! The egg is cracking. Yes! We can get them! Okay. So, at some point, we're going to have to go out to the sea. And we're going to have to get ourselves some turtle eggs. We're going to have to find some turtles. We're going to have to get some turtle eggs. And yeah, it is a beautiful sunset out here. Imagine this place with a little boat dock, or a little fishing dock off the coast. It'll be even cooler, even more picturesque and pretty. At some point, I gotta move these birds somewhere too. But I don't necessarily want to have them inside if we're gonna have monsters on the surface. Because if we got monsters running around on the surface up there, the birds are never gonna shut up mimicking monsters. Same with caves. If there's any caves nearby and the birds detect the monsters in the caves, they will never shut up. And that's part of why I don't normally get parrots anymore. Because they drive me crazy with the noise. With the mimicry. But that's neither here nor there. Alright, so I know what we're going to be doing for the next session. Figuring out cooking systems for the kitchen. We're going to make and figure out the logistics of a super smelter room in the That's east, so that's west, so that would be north. In the north hall, in the north halls of the Hobbit Hole. And possibly start making the south hall, because I know what I'm doing for the south hall when we get to that in the Hobbit Hole. I know exactly what we're doing for that. But with that being said, guys, that's going to have to do it for this session. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, please be sure to leave likes and comments. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out the About page for links to other pages with more content from yours truly, as well as other ways to help support the channels. Share the channel with your friends. I think they might enjoy the content too. And of course, do not forget to smack that notification bell. Smack it silly, people, so that you don't miss the next stream or video. With that being said, thank you again for watching. I am JGardo1, your guide, bard, and humble host into the worlds virtual and fantastical. And I'll see y'all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!